And then it goes on, we have the 16th, 23rd, and 30th. So it goes all the way through the end of November, so please come out for the series. Today, I'm very excited to have two Central Coast poets from the San Luis Obispo area. I've known them both for a long, long time, but I want to introduce them. I'm going to introduce them both, and then they'll come up one at a time. And I thought I'd do some show and tell because they have books to sell and sign afterwards. So Kevin Patrick Sullivan's books include First Sight, and I believe I have that one up here. Maybe not. Anyways, that's one of his. First Sight, and Between Things, and Under Such Brilliance. So here's Under Such Brilliance. It's a chapbook. It's just a really nice little book, and Between Things is the space between things. Excuse me, I said it wrong. The Space Between Things is a full-length manuscript, and then he is also the editor of Corners of the Mouth, a celebration of 30 years of the annual San Luis Obispo Poetry Festival, and that's this one. And that festival, Kevin's been running it for
From the beginning.
a long, long time. For how many years? 30?
From the beginning, yeah. Well, this is our 33rd annual.
Yeah,
this November.
30 years, and it's an amazing festival. I don't get there every year, but I have gotten there, and I'm going to go this year. It's mostly Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you're working, you can come on down. You can, and so he founded it. And he also curates a monthly reading series at Corners of the Mouth and Linnea Coffee Shop. So, you know, he's really a force in that community. So, Glenna Lushai, she's got quite the resume. It's not all here. She received a Pushcart Prize, a Poetry Discovery Grant from the Eastside Y, a National Endowment for the Arts Fellowship, and let me tell you, those are not easy to get. You get like 1,000 people with, you know, applying with 35, you know, grants all over the country. So she's gotten one of those. She's got a number of California Arts Council grants and council individual grants, and she taught inmates at a Castadero State Hospital. She's actually worked in the prisons for many, many, many years, and that's amazing work. And at CMC, that's California Men's Colony, right? Yeah. And she's the publisher of Solo Press and an arts patron. Her books, her poetry books include Flora and Fauna and Under Such Brilliance. But
No. That's a
Huh?
misprint.
That's his.
What?
That was a misprint. That was mine.
Oh! Sorry about that. We have a new graphic artist who made some mistakes. I am sorry. Under Such Brilliance is
Well, I don't want to confuse you.
You're right, okay. But anyway, let me just say about Glenna, she's published so many books. She's been a force in the arts community, not just in San Luis Obispo, but all over. Pretty amazing, and she really donates a lot to the arts, especially to poetry. Now today, we have her book, we have one of her books for sale. It's a pretty new book, and did I not grab it? I grabbed this. I think I did not grab it. It's out there.
The Sky is Shooting Blue Arrow.
Yeah, it's,
It's there, okay. Well, anyway, here it is.
no, it's right here in front of the Sky is Shooting Blue Arrows, right in front of my nose. This book is $18.95. You can get it for $15 today, and if you buy it, you will get a copy of Solo Nova for free. This is a literary magazine that has been around for at least 30 years, I know.
Well,
It
over
started
50?
over
50
50, all right. It started out as Cafe Solo, and then it became Solo Cafe, and then it became Solo, and now it's Solo Nova. And let me tell you, the poets that are in here are amazing. So it's a great literary magazine to have, and normally it costs $12, and you get it free if you buy a book. So I'm going to shut up, and they're going to come right after that. Let's welcome Kevin first.
Shelley, is there water out there?
There is water for each of you on the podium.
Well, good afternoon. I think I'll take a hit of water first. I want to thank Shelley and the Oxnard College Literary Arts for inviting me to be part of their lectures and art series, literature and series. Anyway, so I have a program that's going to feature 3 books and some new poems. And so I'm going to first read from First Sight. Now, I was originally from Detroit, Michigan, and when I first came out to California, I was lucky enough to end up on 5 acres of oceanfront property in Shell Beach between Pismo and Avila, you know, more closer to Avila. So Avila was across the bay from me, and I was there for 19 years. So I had got laid off from Ford Motors in the first oil embargo in 74. I went down to Florida, kicked around down there. You know, I have a high school education, and I started writing poetry once I started living on that land. And I got exposed to time in a way that enabled me to develop an interior dialogue that wanted to fully express my life. So this first poem is A Thin Blue Line. Red, bright red against the clouds. A cardinal sits high, wavering with the wind. Such a thin blue line circles the top of the world. Most of the field, most of the acreage was between the house, which sat up close to Shell Beach Road, which would be like Highway 1, and the cliff, you know, so between the cliff and the road. Field poem. This field, in its lush winter green, leaps, laughs, shouts with the promise of seed. Its joy fractures the sky at every grass blade's edge. This field is my healing bed, my house of stone. And I wrote this, of course, this book was published in 1994 out of Santa Barbara, Millie Grossi Press. A summer of drought. Under the silence of stars, nights unalterably long, this dry field waits. There has been no relief from the wind, just the high pressure of the sun smothering the days. My tears would soften the earth if I could only cry until the lightning strikes. Clouds. I used to love walking the beach. Clouds. Have you noticed the clouds? Invited them into your space? It's almost like having your lover over for tea. And blue sky. There is something big as the sky inside you, a blue cloudless sky, an ocean. Inside you are the dreams I look for in my waking. Have you heard it move along the lines of your eyes? Felt it run the Harts Valley, crested snowy peaks? Have you dreamed inside your waking